Family, what's up? It's Providence. Thanks for tuning in. And Young Thug and YFN Lucci took shots at each other on social media, dissing each other's albums and promoting their own album coming out on Friday. Now, I'm here to say, yes, they're dissing each other, but I actually think that this is a good thing. I'm taking this as a sign that Young Thug and Lucci have actually moved in a positive direction. Why? Because I think that Young Thug just tried to promo YFN Lucci's album by tagging him in a social media post. If he really wanted to take a shot at Lucci, he could have just said, hey, forget about what these other guys dropping on Friday. Ooh-wah Scuddy coming out, right? And he could have not posted or tagged Lucci in anything. But the fact that he tagged him tells me he wants to put attention on Lucci's album. Now you might be saying, bro, that's crazy. These dudes hate each other. They had a rap beef that turned into a real life street beef. People died over this. Ricos got handed down. It went on for years. And I would say, yeah, face value, this looks like a continuation of a very deadly beef. But my response to that would be, that's exactly why I don't think that this little spit spattle or whatever you want to call it, this little back and forth that they had is actually real. Because why in the world would they continue a real beef that they just beat some Ricos over? They know the government is watching everything they do. That tells me that unless these guys are just dumb and can't learn their lesson, not for nothing, this was done just to promote each other's albums. Because here's the thing, I honestly feel that deep down inside, Young Thug and YFN Lucci actually respect each other. I know they were going back and forth, but I feel like they're at a point right now where there's at least some level of respect. I actually think Young Thug has actually made statements very clear to that effect. Even while they were beefing, he said, yeah, I respect the fact that you could take care of your family and all of that. So he's had that in his thoughts about Lucci for a while now. And you take into consideration the fact that what happened during the Young Thug Rico was that Lucci had an opportunity to snitch on Thug. He did not do it. I'm sure Thug looked at that and said, like, okay, he a real street dude. Everybody else in YSL was telling, people around the situation was telling, Lucci decided not to tell, right? And I feel like for Young Thug is at this point right now where I think he despises the fact that people like Gunna, Rats, winning in the rap game. And I think that Young Thug wants to promote realness, real street code and ethics and no snitching so bad that he's gonna promote someone like Lucci, who he thinks is real, who didn't snitch on him, even though they spent all that time beefing, because he can't stand the fact that people like Gunna winning. And so he'll promote and promo Lucci's album just so that it'll get Lucci some extra spins. When Thug was on that September 6th interview with Perspectives of Big Bank, he spoke about how he respect everything he did for his mama and his kids. And to him, he's a real man. And he said he prayed that he gets everything that he deserves. So I think it's clear that Young Thug is at this place right now where there's a level of respect for Lucci and how he perceives him to be a real man and somebody who's a representation of real street code. And I think he wants to promote his project as a result of it. But he can't just come out and post it because that looks weird. So he's doing it in this way where it's like, yeah, we still enemies. But yo, he got an album dropping out. It's trash. It's not going to be better than mine. But yeah, he got an album coming out. And it works that it ends up promoting both of their albums. We've seen this already in hip hop. Remember back in 2007 when 50 was dropping Curtis and Kanye was dropping his greatest album of all time, Graduation? They had a little back and forth to say whose album gonna do better, whose album's gonna be better. Now Kanye ended up winning that. Unfortunately, 50 Cent back then didn't know that he was going up against a all-time classic album in Graduation. But Kanye ended up doing close to 1 million. 50 did like 700K. But at the end of the day, they both sold well because there was this competition of who album gonna do better. So guess what you did? You listened to one and then you probably went and listened to the other. And that's probably what a lot of people are going to do with this new Young Thug and YFN Lucci album. You're probably going to listen to one, listen to other. That's what I'm going to do. And guess what? I wasn't planning on listening to Lucci on Friday. But now Young Thug's kind of made it into a competition. So you're probably going to check it out. Now, whether or not if you're not a fan, you probably won't, but it's going to lead to some extra spins for Lucci. And so this is all planned. I think they're in a better place. I really don't think that this is coming from a place of real hate, but it'll be interesting. You know, I don't think YFN Lucci has spoken on this, but I'd want to know if he actually think Young Thug's a snitch or not, because I feel like it's a situation where Thug respects Lucci, but I don't know if Lucci respects Thug, especially what has been revealed about Thug. Maybe Lucci has even less respect for Thug, but Lucci either way hasn't spoken on it. At least I haven't seen anything on social media or anything like that to indicate that he's spoken publicly on it. And I think that it's safe to say that they're in a better place with their relationship, which is good, because we don't want to see no gay violence or nothing like that. So anyway, you guys get in the comment section and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that this was some album promo, or do you feel like, nah, this is just a continuation of a real deadly beef? Thug and Lucci have not made up whatsoever. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As always, this has been Providence. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys in the next video.